Hey collectives, it's me, Totally Speaking, aka Fatima, and I'm just reflecting. I got my card done, number one. Yay, finally! I've been out for what, Sunday, 1 week, almost 2 weeks, if not. Man, one mechanic abandoned ship, left shit undone, and he wanted to get over, but I mean, granted, I was gonna pay him a little bit more, just for his time, everything else to gift him, but he was going to my glove box, looking at shit, and I believe he was sent to me, and he quoted me one price, and then he changed his mind after he left, saying he'd be back the next day. It's a long story, but overall, I was just sitting here reflecting, not sitting, but laying here reflecting. And, I can't really work the way I want to because time is of the essence. I got to get my place. And, my car was down. So that's took me back financially a little bit. Because, the bills are due. Oh, I'm just so damn tired. It's that wear and tear on my vehicle. Get my place. And no, I don't want to move to another apartment. I'm very much traumatized, and even where I'm at temporarily, it's just the same thing. But they're just discreet about it because they know that I know what the fuck is going on. And like, who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just regular old folks, and you don't have any investments into nothing. I mean, I did my digging and my research, and people are helping people. For what reason? You're not gonna find nothing, and if you do, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what they're up to. You know what I'm saying? So so basically, I'm just reflecting because I got to get this shit done. Just to get my stuff in. Because I was thinking here when living in North Highlands and me and my family, which is my young son and my oldest son too at the time, but with my young son, the neighbor who had assaulted me, her name is Angela Jackson, and she is a connection with the guy who who I believe instigated or with the possibly burglarizing my unit with the maintenance people because he's a fixture in that community, and that's just my opinion. And the other guy who was sent to me, so because they all knew each other, because a lot of series of chain of events that happened during that time, and how I put shit together. And he also was a friend, whatever, to the housing worker as well. So long story short, I remember at one point with my son, he was like, let me see, 5 going on 6, maybe 7, or somewhere around there. And one of the kids in the neighborhood was like, call my son's name and saying, derogatory things and described like how he, as soon as a young kid, wore his underwear, during in the apartment. So at one point, the old tenant, she was like, she said something about Batman underwear and shit like that, or Spider-Man underwear. I'm like, damn, how did you know that? So that means that they're watching the hidden cameras because, at the time of my son, he couldn't breathe or, whatever. Or, most kids, when they come home, like to take off all their clothes and they like to sit in their underwear. And that's what the case may be. And then so everybody was seeing that. We were exploiting the dark web. And I believe the management is a pedophile. Honestly, that's just my belief, and in my opinion. And another thing is, I mean, when I first moved there, I never had any problems with porn popping up on my computer or shit like that. And then next thing I know, things pop up on my son's computer. And he's a young kid, so he didn't know at the time. He was 6 going on 7 when we first did the homeschooling thing. And he clicked on a pop up, and I'm like, and I didn't know he was so quiet in his room. I'm like, what the heck is going on in there? And contact the school. They downloaded this security thing for kids, being safe on the internet. And then that worked for a while to be changing schools, and then it popped up again. I'm like, damn. And so he used to sit there watching, this inappropriate stuff, like adult stuff. I could tell him, he's a kid, like, don't do that, don't do that, this and the other. It's a setup, this and that, the other, because I already know how they do it. Because my internet, what I later found out, was connected to the office, and people were, on my line and everything else, long story. And next thing I know, I was laying on the couch. I was like resting, and the laptop was up, and then it had the hard drive. It said United States government. I'm like, what the heck? And then when the school official was like, "Oh, you guys are doing stuff on the internet." I'm like, "No, like what? Like no." So I checked the history, and it had all these like ex porn, this and the other. See, in my opinion, the reason why the manager married the other person is because to safeguard themselves from the allegations of possibly, you know, child abuse or whatever, or sexual abuse or something like that. Because at one point they were living separately, That's from my observation. So, and I believe that what they did was when they found out some things, they try to set me up and say it was us doing this and we're against the government, we're this and that, because they probably knew I was onto them. Because, like I said, that woman, she was saying, Pac-Man underwear. I'm like, damn, how she do all this stuff? And everything I was doing or cooking, she'll repeat it. You know what I'm saying? So they exploited us, me and my whole family. Basically, the whole apartment complex is all that, you know, has on the dark web. And these maintenance people who were working there, majority of them at that time, between 2015, maybe 16, 17,